In the past couple weeks, we've talked about storytelling and increasing self-esteem to help our families build resilience. As I dig deeper, I find more and more that I want to share with you. So in today's video, we're going to talk about increasing resilience by gaining a sense of control over self and social situations. So in my research this week, I found more information about characteristics related to building resilience. One of those characteristics is called a sense of control. In the research, it's also called a sense of mastery. So if you hear me talk about sense of control or a sense of mastery, I'm talking about the same thing. One of the studies that I looked at this week explored several characteristics that could be related to resilience. These included things like positive and negative emotions, gratitude, subjective happiness, emotional reactivity, perceived stress, and a sense of mastery, or that sense of control that I talked about. So what I found was that in both adults and adolescents, there are similar characteristics related to resilience. Positive emotions and negative emotions were found across the board in adults and adolescents. But there were some differences between the adults and the adolescents. In adults, in addition to positive emotions being related to resilience, also subjective happiness and gratitude were also important. But this wasn't the same for adolescents. That's not to say that happiness and gratitude are not important for adolescents. However, this study showed that a sense of mastery was correlated with resilience for adolescents. Okay, so what is a sense of mastery? So a sense of mastery involves having the feeling that you have control over things that affect your life. A person would have a feeling that they have control over themselves and social situations. They have lower levels of negative emotions, emotional reactivity, and decreased stress. This is something that helps throughout life. So, since this is so important and can help our kids throughout life, we want to make sure that we help them develop a sense of mastery, or, like I said, that sense of control. So how do we do that? One of the ways to help kids develop a sense of control is to teach them problem solving. Many of you are probably already great problem solvers and you can just do it off the top of your head. But sometimes it can be really helpful to have specific steps in order to make sure we do all the steps of problem solving. We can also have a visual reminder on how to put those steps into place. One of the things I did for families was to create a positive family activity deck. And one of the cards within that deck includes problem solving. I created an acronym to go along with the problem-solving steps to make it easier for families to remember all the steps involved in problem solving. It's also something that you can place somewhere in your house to help you remember when you're trying to work out a problem. So the acronym that I came up with for problem solving is SWAP OUT, SWAP-out. So the S stands for stop, calm down, relax, and breathe. So a lot of times when there's a problem going on, things become pretty heated, it's tense, and usually when those emotions run high, it's really kind of hard to be logical and solve a problem. The W stands for what's the problem? The family needs to define what the problem actually is. Everybody's going to have a different point of view, but it's really important to hear everybody's viewpoint about what the problem is and come to a consensus of what you all view as the problem. The A stands for alternative solutions. So the next step, you're going to come up with a lot of solutions. You're going to brainstorm and come up with as many ideas as you possibly can as a family. Now, a lot of you have probably done brainstorming before, so an important part of brainstorming is that no idea is rejected during the brainstorming session. You're all going to come up with lots of ideas of how you think you can solve the problem. The P in SWAP OUT stands for plan. It's time to pick a plan as to what you're going to do to solve the problem. So you pick your plan, be very specific about all the steps that might be involved in the plan, and then carry out the plan. The OUT part of the acronym stands for, did the plan work out? If the plan worked out, great. You're set. You can keep doing that plan, keep it in place, and keep on going. If the plan didn't work out, you may need to go back to your brainstorming, look at some of the plans that you came up with, and try a new one. There's always some kind of solution to a problem. Besides solving problems, there are many things that are learned during the problem-solving process that we don't even realize. We're learning communication skills, negotiation, compromise, and, like we've been talking about, a sense of control, that sense of mastery. Learning how to problem solve can really help you and your family throughout life. So I hope that you take time to work on learning that skill, because in the end, it can help you help your kids develop a sense of mastery and help them build resilience. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, click the share button because maybe other people would enjoy it too. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel or visit me at michelleberryphd.com where you can read more about my family activity deck. See you in the next video.